Hi, everybody. It's Birdie here, the recycled hippie chick. I gotta make sure I got a new tripod, sort of. I need to make sure I don't get out of frame. I've already gotten out of frame. I showed a walkthrough of a little journal I wanted to sell on Instagram, and half of it was out of frame. So there, as long as that's kind of a small area to stay in, isn't it? Anyway, I'll show you through it and then I'll zoom it out. I've zoomed it in a little bit so you can see it. I watched A New Girl, not the purple writing, but the black writing. I cannot pronounce her name. On YouTube. She did a walkthrough of this little bitty journal that she did, and I decided to get some page inspiration off of it, because I made a few of these little tiny journals, but I was running out of ideas on what to do on the pages. So this little gal, she showed her inspiration, and I decided to go through, do my own version of them, of her pages, and then I would make a sample book for me to keep, to give me ideas of what to put on the pages. So I'm going to do that on a big journal too, I believe. I have a suitcase full of like different pockets, like a little train case full of little pockets and stuff like that. But I want to see them in a journal, so that's what I'm going to do. So I got a file folder, and I just put some napkin on the back, and I just put a picture out of a magazine on the front, and some cheesecloth on the front, and ripped it and peeled it open. And listen, I didn't do this with you because there has been a lot of drying time going on here today. It's 3 o'clock. I started at 9 putting this stupid thing together. So I've never done a file folder before, but I thought this has these little sections inside, and I have 2 little signatures, and I thought those would fit perfect in those sections. My question is, do these stay together well, or do I need to reinforce this? That's my question. And am I holding it in frame? So while I'm showing you my pages, I'm going to go ahead and just glue a little scrap of material down, just to strengthen that up a little bit. Because I don't know, I've never messed with these before. I'll piddle with the inside and, you know, decorate it, but I want to do this before I oh my gosh, you guys, my words are getting worse. Bind it before I bind it. It's lime brain, but man, it's getting bad. It's hard for me to find my words. I'm waiting. I've already done my labs. I'm just waiting for the doctor, and I know he's received it because I just got something in the mail today saying he had sent me something, but it was 63 cents short on postage. So I had to leave 63 cents in a little envelope for the mail lady so she would leave it tomorrow. So I know that's probably my lab results. As soon as I get those done and everything is okay on that to start my antibiotic regimens, I'll start that. So that's maybe tomorrow, who knows. Okay, now while that's drying, I'm going to show you my pages. You go to her page and see her cute little, you know, because when you do it, it's completely different than when somebody else does it. Now, I kind of figured something out doing this. I took each one of these pages and did what I was going to do on them before I put them in the book. Oh my gosh. I know you're going to go, what? You've not been doing that? No, I usually go through and bind the pages first, and then I go through and put my pockets and everything in it. So let me just tell you, I will not do that again. It's so much easier to do all this before you bind it. So this is what I've done. I made a little belly band. Remember, this is all this girl inspired, okay? None of this is me, it's just my spin on it. This Natalie DLT13. Of course, hers looks completely different because this is Birdie's version. Okay, for a little bit of journaling in there. Nothing on the back of that one, but I'm going to turn them over so I know. This is how I want to bind it. I didn't really do this one because I thought it was just cute little pictures, so it just got left the same. And then she had this little edge thingy, which I have one. I just never use it. But how cute is that on the little edge of these pages? With a little ribbon. She did a pocket on one. I did a pocket with a little journaling, with a little card in it. What do I have on the back? Nothing, just book pages. Then a little, she made this little washi tape. I do not hardly use my washi tape, so I need these ideas of what to do. A little washi tape tab. She just had a little cluster flower, but all I had was my little box of scraps, so I used it. Then she made a little washi tape, you know, she just did stuff with her washi tape. So I stepped out of the box and got my washi tape out. She used vellum. I don't have vellum, so I had this kind of like tissue paper that it had some blueprints on it. She glued 2 pages together and folded a corner down to make it a little pocket in the cavity. So I did that. And then just a plain page that maybe if I run across something else, I will do that. So let's go ahead and bind this one while we've got it out. 1, 2, 3. I always do 3 links, so I know I've got enough string. It's what I do. It's what I do. I'm gonna zoom you out so I have a little more room to work with here. You know what? I think I'm only going to do 2. I think I'm going to only do 2. I've never done 2 before, but surely it's just running it through and tying it. And it's mine. It's not like I'm selling it. And that's still wet, but that'll be okay. Right? I'm going to dry it for a second. Okay. I cannot tell you about my time today. Do you guys ever have, like, oh my gosh. Okay, so she says, I don't have a sewing machine, but I just, she said, I just glued my, this is going to be kind of hard because I don't know where to go in. Okay, I'm going to poke it this way. She's like, I don't have a sewing machine, so I just glue my pockets in. I'm like, well, girl, I got a sewing machine. You know, I'm going to run on over there and use my sewing machine to put my pockets in. So I go over to my sewing machine and it is completely wonky because it's full of paper lint and cloth lint. I don't know if y'all's sewing machine does that, but mine, when it gets full of that kind of lint, it doesn't work right. So that requires me to tear the whole stinking darn thing apart to get the lint out, instead of stopping and just gluing in my pockets. No, I take an hour, tear the darn sewing machine apart, and vacuum out all the paper lint, get it all going again. Now, I have a Brother Project Runway, little cheapy $88 Walmart doodad. And the top of the sewing machine does not come off away from the base. So whoever built this, probably the tiny fingered little China people, did not make it so that my fat arthritic fingers could get in there to unscrew the screws. So that literally took me an hour to take that thing apart. I had to take the presser foot off. I had to do all this stuff to get inside of it because of my fat fumbly fingers couldn't unscrew 2 screws. I'm sorry, I'm probably getting very loud right now, and I am sorry. Okay, next signature. Painty paper, and this is where she just, see, you can see where it's wonky. This is supposed to be zigzag. And I start to sew it on. I'm like, okay, that's wonky, gotta tear it apart. So this is a cute little cloth pocket, just a tiny little thing. Plain one, I'll put something on it at some point. Another plain one. She had this cute little cloth flap, and then she had a little charm up here, so I did one of those. She had the cutest little trims on the sides of hers, so I dug into my stash, found some cute little rickrack. She did it on vellum, but there again, I just have this like tracing paper blueprint. And she had a cute little decal on hers. I had these cute little shadow cutouts. Oh my gosh. This was so dainty that I just had to, I'm losing my words again. What is this called? Matte gel it on. Just matte gelled all over every part of that. I can see a little piece I forgot right there. Anyway, cute, cute. A little tiny pocket with a little tiny tag. And then this is my page, but this side here, she had a fold out where you could write some journaling. So I did my version of it. And then another page had a cluster, so I put the cluster on this one. And then a little belly band with my Rikki Tikki Tavi inspired tag in there. So this will be my page. And I probably shouldn't make that my last, well, we'll see. I'm just wondering how easy that's going to be to poke through there. Okay. Okay. Someday I look for me to jab that in my finger. Hopefully I won't do that on camera for y'all's sake. Okay. Let's get our string out. 1, 2, 3. Anyway, then I wanted to, what was the other thing I wanted? I wanted to do something, and I wandered all, I knew I had one. Oh, it was this punch. I wanted to do that so bad. And I spent probably 30 minutes searching. I knew I had that punch, but I probably looked for 30 minutes searching for the darn punch. So my question to you guys is, do you guys have this trouble? I mean, I watch these videos and everything's at their fingertips and they just grab it and do it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it took me 30 minutes to find this. It took me an hour to clean out the sewing machine. Does everybody have this? Do they spend a whole day prepping for their videos and then makes it all look wonderfully easy? Or do they have all the darn problems I have? And then I was practically depressed. I just wanted to quit and not do anything. But I really wanted to do a video. So, oh, you guys, isn't that cute? This fat little thing. I just love it. Okay, so what I'll do probably, I'm thinking I'll probably, well, first of all, let's cut these. Square corners are bothering me. Let's cut them into a not perfectly rounded corner. I kind of like that napkin sticking out all over, but I want the corners rounded too. It still looks good. I think I'll sew a button on here and maybe a flat one on the back and put a closure on it. And then I'll do some dingle dangles. Whoops, my little envelope fell out. And then this will be my little sample book. Ta-da! Isn't that fun? I'll have to do something on here. Well, let's just do something. We're right here. Got time. 17 minutes. I want to show you my inspiration, or should I wait until I have the girl's name? Yes, I won't show you today. I'll wait till I have her name, because it's on my phone and I'm videoing with my phone. Look at that. Isn't that cute? I just love everything Rikki Tikki Tavi does. If you guys don't watch her on Instagram, look up Rikki Tikki Tavi. She just has the funnest stuff. It's going to be my next complaint, and here I am saying oh my gosh, I am sorry. I'm probably going to have to go back now and look back into this video and see how many times I've said That's my next complaint. You guys, I found the funnest girl to watch. She does like my stuff. Like, she is everything I want to do. She's like my style, I guess I should say. But I'm not kidding you. She says the word 40 times a minute. I mean, it's just, I can't handle it. The last few videos I've been watching on, what do you call it? Mute. I've been watching it on mute. Because I just can't listen to it. It's just, it drives me insane. Now, I'm not going to be the one that tells her she does it, because then I'm this nasty girl, you know, in the hood. But man, I wish somebody would tell her, because it really does affect my watching, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Do you guys ever run across somebody like that? I'm not going to say her name. Not going to do it. Listen, onward and upward to my next subject. I got this cool little 6-inch ring light that I've got screwed with baling wire onto this little table in front of where I'm working, trying to make it so that I don't have so many shadows. And it's not the greatest thing. I think you probably get what you pay for. Yeah, I mean, come on, it was $13. So you probably get what you pay for, but it's better than the other one I had, but I'm still getting a lot of shadows in my filming. But you know what? I don't care. And it falls, I don't have it wired very good, so it falls down easy. But, you know, I'm not doing this for profit or anything. I'm just doing this for fun. So, I kind of like that one the way it is. It's just kind of cool. I think I'll just put a little bitty stamp up here. Some of these pages are so old that they tear easy. What do you artists do with your tender ones? Do you glue them on a stronger piece of paper? I mean, that seems like a lot of wasted time to me. I have done it, don't get me wrong. I have glued them onto other pages before, but what do you do about your tender papers? Just save them for collage, maybe? Okay. I want to hurry up and get through this because I want to... No, I can't show you my other journal until I find out where I got the inspiration from. I'll have to do another journal. Aren't these the cutest things? Listen, I got this magazine of... It was like, you know when you're an antique dealer and you buy these books to tell you how much stuff's worth? Well, it's full of these, everything from thumbnail movie posters to like 4x4 posters. Well, some of them are half page and some of them are full page in the magazine. I figure for that quarter, whatever it was, at a garage sale, I figure I'll never have to have an image for a tag again, or anything. I mean, it's just full of them. So I'm extremely excited about that. Okay, now I got to show you this. I think that's pretty good for a little sample, and there's more pages to put other stuff on. So there you go. There's my little sample book. I need to turn my Ricky Tikki Tabi. No, it's okay. Just needs to go down in there farther. Okay, so there's my little sample book. Now, I have this little thing that I have no idea what it is, but I paid 50 cents for it thinking it was a circle punch because I need a 1-inch circle punch, and it is not a circle punch. And I'm going to demonstrate it and ask you if you know what this is. I don't even know how I'm supposed to put the paper in. I don't know if I'm supposed to do it like this or if it's a corner thing, but when you punch it, it like folds this paper that it punches out over and sticks it through a slot that it creates. Can you guys see that? It takes the paper out. There. Takes the paper out, cuts a slot for it, and tucks that paper in. What the heck is that? I tried it on a tag. It will not go through thickness of a tag. So I thought, well, I'll use it for a hole, you know, in the tags. Can't do it because it has to be something thin enough. Look at my hands. Has to be something thick and thin enough it can poke a hole and put the excess in. Anyway, I have no idea what it is. Wondering if any of you girls, guys, people know. There it is. I really want to show you my page I did, but I can't. But I'll share with these. I had been given some of these. I call them a light bulb pin, a light bulb safety pin, but guess what? They're called bulb pins. thank you. I think a couple of you gave me the name of these. I know Loretta did. So I looked them up on the internet, and I have, I believe, 1,000 of them for $8. I figure I will never need to buy another one of those again. Never. So, yay. I'm going to be using those. Okay. Well, there was my first. I had a million things to tell you, and it's just gone from my mind. It's hot out today here in Kansas. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I will yak at you later. Bye-bye from Birdie.